transition back into civilian life, what was that like?
We were discharged and given no information as to how to transition from the military to civilian world. I had certain skills, but I didn't know how to translate those skills into a civilian opportunity or a corporate opportunity. Would ONU have been of help to me? It would have been a great help to me.
It was always difficult. I had friends that didn't come back, some that did, some were okay, but some that never got over what happened to them. And they usually drank themselves to death.
One guy that was a helicopter pilot, knowing what I know now, I could have saved him, but I was so heartbroken because he OD'd. So.
First of it, I couldn't get hired because I was a baby killer. Back then, the only brotherhood we had was us that came back. I couldn't get any help from the VA back then. They said, you're a Marine, you should be exercising 5 miles a day just like you did. Well, I'll tell you what I did as an exercise. I did 5 miles a day, and I became an alcoholic. Talking to Michelle, it's like talking to someone that knows veteran feelings and veterans' hearts.
A lot of people that come out of the military, men and women, they're very smart and they just need the help to get into the smart, needing jobs.
When you finally got out of the military, what was it like trying to figure out your next step?
I knew what direction I wanted to go into. I didn't know how. The transition classes in early 2000s, I'm gonna make sure that you signed up for the VA, and either Lowe's or Home Depot is hiring. Have a good one. I ended up spending 3 months over at Claire Mission. It was positioned that way because I needed to get up here at all costs, even if it meant staying in a homeless shelter. Clara White focuses on veterans, and I'm seeing people from my generation. I'm seeing individuals from the Vietnam generation, and their stories are similar. They got out and their transition was completely rocky. When I'm going into the interviews with these guys, I'm telling them exactly what my situation was, where I'm effectively homeless.
So you come out and you're trying to adapt to this world where your rank is gone. You did everything possible to go to the next step, and so you did, and you've achieved this humongous feat, and then that's all gone. So what Operation New Uniform does is it gives you back to you. To not be able to find job placement is a horrendous amount to carry, especially leaving and having to take care of a family. Operation New Uniform allows them to have a 97% success rate.
The most important piece of the puzzle that Operation New Uniform provides to its veterans is the ability to regain their confidence, to regain their self-identity, to remember who they were before they put that uniform on. That mental transition is what sets Operation New Uniform's program apart from many other transition programs, because it gets into your head and it helps you discover, who am I? Now that I'm putting this new uniform on, this corporate suit.
I absolutely love ONU. They have given me a sense of confidence. They still continue to be a family for me. I just changed careers again recently at my own choice, and the team helped me, give me the confidence. They did practice interviewing with me for my interview for the job that I did get, and they're just a new family for me, so.
Operation New Uniform gave me insight as to me as a person. It taught me a lot of things that I had been in denial about, and just knowing the ins and outs about myself. Not only that, it let me know I wasn't alone as for the struggles that I was having finding a job. So it lets me know that there are other people that had the same struggles that I was having.
What ONU did was got me out of my depressed mode and to believe in myself more. It talked about my value. It talked about the head trash that I would go through, and it taught me the Sandler system. So now that when I'm interviewing or conversing with somebody, The communication techniques that you learn here is going to set you up for the negotiation table, and the person that's doing the interviewing or evaluating you is going to go, well, I've never had an interview like that where somebody was so prepared and was able to talk to me in such a way that just right there opens doors, which is what we're looking for.
I actually had a peer of mine who recommended that I come to ONU because I was, like I said before here, that I was fading away. And he's like, no, I know who you are, I know what you're about, and I know what you can offer. You need to go to ONU.
I had lost who I was. I lost where I wanted to go. Lost to what I was capable of. And ONU rebased me. They gave me a meaning of self, an idea of capability, and ways and tools to look to the future and to use in the future. And then they're constantly there for reach back. So when you feel like you're slipping, you still have someone there.
One of the wonderful things that we have here in this community is the collaboration between the different veteran service organizations. We have the Firewatch, we have Cohen Veteran Network, Wounded Warrior Project, Canines for Warriors, and so many more. Dee Quaranta is here tonight, and she is singing for us the national anthem, and she runs an amazing program for homeless women veterans. Every one of these organizations and many, many more are just a few of the ways that our veterans can get plugged in.
Transitioning from active duty military to veteran status is one of the most vulnerable points during a veteran's lifetime. We know that during their time in the service, they had shipmates, they had teammates, they had battle buddies. When they're out on their own, they lose that sense of connectedness. The military holds their hand. They know where to eat, sleep, they know where their paycheck's coming from. They lose that when they get out of the military. And getting veterans help they need during that transition can certainly fulfill the Firewatch's mission of earlier intervention before a veteran falls into suicidal ideation.
What a service dog can do for a veteran suffering from PTSD is open a door and provides a bridge back out into the world. What I love about ONU is it's doing the exact same thing. It's giving the skills and the confidence to open that door and bridge back out into the world so a warrior can get employment, which is just the same as the confidence a service dog gives someone. ONU never gives up on anybody. I mean, it is so easy to say, we do A, B, and C, and then stop. ONU is like, we do A, B, and C, and we're gonna make sure it works, and they keep trying and keep pushing, keep working, until a warrior has a career that they're proud of and excited about. We know what that feels like, they get them there.
Some people are fortunate because they may be able to have a seamless transition, because there are some jobs that really you can go right from the military to that. IT, for instance, is one sometimes where the same type of systems are being used. So it's a relatively seamless transition. But for most of us who've been, like I was a line officer, and because I was a general, I'm a generalist, so I kind of know a little bit about everything, but didn't have one specific hard skill. And so what Operation New Uniform does, it helps you hone in on what your thought process should be, the way you can present yourself, because it's all about honesty. It's what you can bring to a company. And I think that's one of the biggest strengths of Operation New Uniform, is helps you look inside yourself and start making some of those decisions. Decide what you want to do with your life, and then start molding your path toward that.
You've had the opportunity to hear from a lot of people tonight. Our veterans that served in Vietnam, our veterans that have been all through the generations to today. Each one of them had an amazing story about what they went through. There is a common thread. They struggled. There isn't really anything out there like Operation New Uniform to help our veterans. You know, there was a lot of things that went wrong from years past, especially from the Vietnam veterans. There are still things that aren't there for our veterans today, and we want to make sure that we right those wrongs. That's what we're here for at Operation New Uniform.
There is no greater stress than the fear of failure, than the fear of not being able to provide for your family. And at Operation New Uniform, that step of going from military to corporate to being able to have a career that gives me back my sense of purpose that I had when I was in the military, that's priceless to a veteran. So I just ask you now, if you would go to Operation New Uniform's website and just donate whatever you can, however you can help those that have so valiantly served our country and now are struggling with their transition.
anything you can do to help these military members find their way and find their footing. They found their footing overseas and they get back to the United States and they're struggling to find their footing at home. So anything you can do to help Operation Uniform help a military member find their footing, greatly appreciate it.
When I found out about ONU and what they did, one of the first things I did was to write a check. I think it's so necessary because of what they do.
I would like to ask people to donate to ONU. I think it's very positive. I've gotten to know Michelle a long time, and I think everything that they do for vets will give veterans a great opportunity to get a job, and not only a job, a career, because it's just like giving a veteran a helping hand. I wished it would have been there for me at the time, so please take the time to do that and contribute to ONU.
Each time you donate back to ONU, it helps another veteran not only find a job, find himself, but it also helps them find a career. So please donate today.
Give to ONU, give a vet a helping hand. They need it. And a lot of these guys really, really need your help. And your donations would be appreciated.
Operation New Uniform had an incredible impact on my life and other veterans as well. Please donate today.
At Operation New Uniform, we recognize there are a lot of great organizations out there that need help. We would love if you feel it in your heart that you want to help our amazing men and women that have served our country to transition a little bit more gracefully. It's as easy as going to our website and clicking on the button, donate. Thank you so much for what you do for those that we serve.